Hello and welcome back to your mat. Today we're going to do a class that is going to be all standing poses. This is a great class to help you move stagnation out. It helps to energize the body, and it also can be a great warming class. So this is a great one for the winter time, maybe if you're in a colder climate. I'm in a warmer climate, so I don't necessarily need the warming, but a lot of you out there are in those colder climates. So this is the class for you. It's going to help warm you up, it's going to help energize you, and it's going to help clear out stagnation, which is great to help your immune system. So we're going to get started with a quote by Linda Sparrow. Yoga begins right where I am, not where I was yesterday or where I long to be. Yoga begins right where I am, not where I was yesterday or where I long to be. Now, you're not going to need props for today's class, so let's just get started right away, and let's kind of stand at the top of our mat in mountain pose. So mountain pose, go ahead and stand with your feet about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider if you like. And I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. And we're just going to take our hands and we're going to clasp them behind our backs. So go ahead and get yourself set up there while I put the hair up for a moment. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back. If that doesn't work for you, and really open up the chest here, you can always just bring your hands behind you as if you were trying to clasp. So what you're really going for is the chest opener. So don't worry if your hands are able to clasp or not. That's not really important. There's more than one way to get to this, to open up the chest here. So pick what works for you. Breathe in here and exhale and really feel that opening. Feel the shoulder blades on your back there. Really feel your chest opening. This is also really good to help move any stagnation that may be in the chest, especially in the wintertime when it's cold and flu season. A lot more congestion this time of year. So this should really help give you a little opening there. Another inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and release your hands in front of you. And now you're going to take and you're going to clasp your hands and then bring them out in front of you. So now the palms will be facing forward. So bring your palms out facing forward. Give that nice wrist stretch there. It's also going to help any stagnation that may be here. Just open all these channels up through here, through your arms, through your neck. And then go ahead and inhale and bring your arms up overhead any amount. So you might find you're here. You might be a little bit further up. You might be all the way up. Find what is going to work for you. It just depends upon your shoulder mobility. So find what works here. Try not to jet your ribs forward though. So we're not going to jet our ribs forward just to get our arms back further. So keep everything stacked here, your ribs and your hips over your legs and knees. Stretch those arms up. Really stretch as if you were trying to like press into something above you. Maybe it was a low ceiling or something you're trying to press into here. Stretch up, and you're really opening to everything. You're doing this. You're stretching through everything here, giving yourself that chance to clear out some of that stagnation that collects in the body. And then go ahead and release the hands down. Now we're going to come into a wide-legged stance here. So you have to play around with this and see what's going to work best for you. But I like to have about, if I put my hands out, that my feet are roughly underneath where my hands would be. So find what stance works best for you. Go ahead and get into this position. And then we're going to go ahead and leave the back toes, the left foot as it is. And we're going to turn those right toes out, the right foot. Trying to give plural to the wrong thing sometimes. And we're going to come into warrior two. So go ahead and your right toes are pointed forward. Left toes are in the same position they were. Go ahead and bend that right knee in, nice and deep here. And bring those arms out to the sides and look over that right hand. So now you're in a nice warrior two stance here. You can come out of the stance a bit if you like, or you can bend a little deeper into that front knee. Whatever feels best for you today. Give yourself a nice inhale and exhale here. And then on the inhale, we're going to reverse that warrior. So bring that left hand down the back leg and your right arm up overhead. Get a nice side stretch here. Again, a place where a lot of stagnation in your lymph nodes are here in your armpits. Stay for the exhale. Let's do another inhale. And exhale, come back into your warrior two briefly. And now we're going to come into a nice side angle pose here. So go ahead and drop that right elbow down on your right knee. And this left arm is going to come up overhead. And you're going to twist your chest open to the left here. Looking underneath of that left arm. And breathing here for a couple of rounds of breath. So inhales and exhales through the nose. If you're congested, you can always breathe through your mouth. But really try to spin that chest open the best you can here. And then on the inhale, come back up to your warrior two briefly. And you know that front leg's getting a little fatigued. We got one more thing to do here. So now we're going to pivot into a high lunge. So you're going to have to adjust your stance here. Bring that right foot out a little bit further to the right. And now pivot back. And I like to have a nice wide base here with my stance. So it gives me a little bit more stability. So now I'm on the left toes here. My left heel's up in the air. And now we're in a nice high lunge. You can bring those arms up overhead if you like. If you really want to open the chest, you can cactus the arms and really open up the chest there. So pick the arm variation that works best for you. Breathe there and stay there for a moment. Sink deep into it. You should really feel that a little bit in that front knee, that front leg, the front quads. And exhale and come back into a wide-legged standing position here. And we're going to go ahead and fold forward. So we're going to release and fold forward and let all of that go. And go ahead and inhale and look out in front of you. And exhale, fold in. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale, look out in front of you, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, flat back, look out in front of you, exhale, fold in. Inhale once more, look out in front of you, and then exhale and fold in, and then just stay here for a moment and kind of just dangle. You can rock back and forth if you like. You can have a slight bend in your knees if you like. Just really release all that, your lower back. And then go ahead and rise back on up. We're back to where we started. Now we're going to go to the other side. So keeping your left foot as it is, your right foot as it is. We're going to turn those left toes out. My brain was getting ahead of me. And now we're going to come into warrior two on the left side. So go ahead and bend deeply into that left knee and that left leg there. Bring your arms out to the sides and look out over your left hand. And inhale and exhale and get a little deeper. Sink a bit deeper. On the inhale, reverse that warrior. Right arm down the right leg, left arm up overhead. You should feel a nice side stretch here on the left side now. Open up that side. Looking underneath of that left arm. And then inhale and come all the way back up to your warrior two again. And from here now we're going to come into our nice side angle pose. So go ahead and bring that left elbow down to that left leg. Spin the chest to the right here. And then bring that right arm up overhead. So you have a nice long line from your right fingertips all the way down to your right foot. And make sure that's grounded to the mat really nice here. Try to spin that chest up and look up. And then go ahead and another inhale and exhale and come all the way back up. Warrior two briefly. And then we're going to come into that nice high lunge again. So go ahead and bring that left foot out a little bit. Pivot around to your right. Try to keep your balance. Be somewhat graceful or not. If you fall over, not a big deal. So now you're on that right to your right toes. Your right heel is up. The wider the stance is, the easier the slippy. Inhale and bring those arms up overhead. Or exhale and give them a nice cactus. See what's going to work best for you here. So decide on your variation, and we're going to stay here for a couple breaths. You should really feel that in that right quad, that right leg, the left, the left quad, the left leg there. We're going to give it a break here in just a moment. So go ahead and inhale there, get that nice open chest if you're doing the cactus. And exhale and come back into your wide-legged stance here. And this time we're going to do a little twist, little twisting motions. So go ahead and hinge for your hips, coming forward. I'm going to bring my left hand down to the mat, and you can also come up on your fist if you like, whatever, or your fingertips, whatever works. And inhale and bring that right arm up overhead and twist to the right. Get a nice twist here. Twists are great for helping to move stagnation out, especially in the winter when we find ourselves inside probably more if you're in that cold climate right now. Exhale, bring it back down. Replace your right hand will go where your left hand was, and now inhale and bring that left arm up overhead and twisting to the left. So for those of you in warmer climates, this is still a great practice for you. And obviously for those in colder climates, it's a wonderful practice for you to help move the stagnation of winter and cold out. And exhale and bring that back down. And then go ahead and release forward just for a moment here. Take a nice breath. Let it all go. Inhale and come all the way back up. And we're just going to end with tree. So we're going to start with balancing our left foot. I'm going to do my best to not fall over. My ground is a little, not super flat. Mostly flat, but not super flat. So if I fall over, it's okay. You're welcome to laugh or fall with me. Okay, so we're going to come into tree pose. So you can go ahead and turn out that right leg, right knee, and bring your tree into wherever you'd like. So you could bring it onto your calf or your upper thigh, upper thigh, not your knee. Or if you're really unstable, you could always leave it down. So you have your foot down. You've got your ankle. So pick what's going to work for you, but always skip the knee. The knee is not a joint you want to put your other foot on. Find a point out in front of you as your gazing point to help with your balance. If your balance is really off, you can move to a wall and do this near a wall. The wall's a great assist. You can also have the arms out a little bit to help. And if you walk, it's okay. Trees sway. If you fall out, come right back into it. So we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. In and out, and really find that gaze, that point in front of you that will help your balance. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, release that down. And now the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here. There's a little divot there. Now I'm going to balance on my right leg. So go ahead and come on into your tree pose with the right leg as your standing base, and bring that left leg wherever it works on your body except for the knee. Find that point to gaze at and breathe here. You can always have your arms up overhead. That can sometimes add some challenge. So I'm going to stay right here so I don't fall over too much. See, it happens. Even to yoga teachers, we fall also. Another 3 breaths here. So find your gaze point. Find that point to look at. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale and release that down. Shake it all out. And then you're welcome at this point. If you'd like to come down to your mat, you can either end in a seat. You can end in Shavasana if you really feel like, hey, I need a little break after that. Feel free to lie back into Shavasana or just end seated with me, whatever works for you. But if you've got the time, take the time to lay out on your mat. Just let everything go. Stretch out your legs, stretch out your arms. Release your body into the mat. Thank yourself for coming to the mat today, for practicing, for doing some strengthening poses, some standing poses. And hopefully I'll help you move some of the stagnation out, give you some energy, and maybe warm the body if that's what you need. Thanks again for joining me, and thanks for sharing your practice with me today. Until next time.